Well, looks like Angel Studios' latest faith-based film, Young Washington, is off to a great start after the 4th of July holiday weekend. In fact, Deadline tells us that there's already a sequel in the works. I'd say that's a pretty good start. Hey, y'all, welcome back to Faith and Film. Tim Risto here. Hope you're having an awesome day today, and may God bless your day going forward from here. Welcome back to Faith and Film. Hope your 4th of July weekend was awesome. Mine certainly was. Got to spend time with family and friends. Took in some live music on Friday night. Did a local 4th of July parade on Saturday. Made burgers. Went to church on Sunday. All sorts of great stuff. It was a fun time to celebrate, and certainly awesome catching some of the events on TV too, as it relates to the 250th anniversary here, or birthday, of America. Very, very cool weekend. I hope yours was equally as cool and fun and patriotic too. And being the patriotic weekend that it was, Angel Studios couldn't have picked a better weekend to debut their new film, Young Washington. As the headline over here at Deadline reads, Young Washington sequel, 1776, in the works after a $19 million plus opening. Second best live action debut for Angel Studios. This article just dropped today at 11:22 a.m. actually by Anthony D'Alessandro over at Deadline. A great little article. Thought we'd take a look here at the numbers coming off of this great opening weekend for Young Washington, see how it's faring. For those of you that follow my channel regularly, you know that this film was on my list of most anticipated faith-based films to catch this year. And while I haven't been able to see it yet, I'd hope to be able to catch it on July 2nd, I think was one of the first early premieres that I even had tickets in my cart online to check out and get. I just couldn't make the date work. And so now it's probably going to be another week or so before I actually catch the film, but I will be catching it and providing a review here on the channel, so keep an eye out for that. Be curious to hear those of you that have seen it already on opening weekend, what you think. Be sure and let me know in the comments down below. But let's hop over to the Deadline article here. Punch in here, and it says Angel Studios overshot its canon Sunday when it came to the opening for Young Washington. The opening wasn't 20.8 million, rather 19.3 million after a lower than expected Sunday of 4.1 million versus 5.6 million. That's still a debut to be proud about for the John Irwin directed indie historical epic, ahead of its $15 million industry opening forecast. So it was projected to open at $15 million, came in at $19.3 million, so still above forecasts. But I guess Sunday was a little bit lower than the original forecast, so rather than ending at 20.8 for the weekend, it was 19.3, still well above the 15 million forecast. So that's really good. Again, very strong for a faith-based film. Very good for Angel Studios as well, too, as we'll go on to read here in a second. But, what's impressive about this, when you see Hollywood films like Supergirl that have been projected to do originally very strong, and then they had to keep pushing down the projections because it did worse and worse and worse. The revised figure makes Young Washington the second best 3-day for Angel Studios after Sound of Freedom's $19.6 million in 2023. That's what I was talking about. I was in the theater when that film came out, and that was an amazing, emotional film. It's so cool to see packed theaters to see that film. And the third best opening for the values-based distributor, that would be Angel Studios, after David, that was the animated film, made $22 million last year, or debuted at $22 million, and Sound of Freedom. All eyes will be watching on how this Wonder Project and 2521 Entertainment project legs out. Sound of Freedom was a huge surprise at the 2023 summer box office, posting a 9.3 times multiple of its Friday to Sunday take. It was a massive hit, especially for Angel Studios, and especially considering the budget was, I forgot what was off the top of my head, it was very small compared to that take. I mean, I want to say it was 20-30 million. Certainly no more than like 40 million. but did incredibly well. After winning over the Heartland with the 2023 trafficking thriller Sound of Freedom, which posted a 3-day of $19.6 million and a 6-day start of $41.6 million, the faith-based media company posted its best opening for a live-action feature with John Irwin's historical period pick, Young Washington, which conquered its $15 million forecast with a $20.8 million opening. They revised that in that opening paragraph to where it was 19.3. So projected down a little bit from that. And then director, producer, and co-writer John Irwin, who did I Can Only Imagine, which had a sequel to that film actually earlier this year. Have not seen that one yet. But hit social to announce that a Revolutionary War follow-up, 1776, is already in the works. Here's his post from Wonder Project and Angel Studios. You can watch this on your own, but Irwin basically says he keeps getting the question already about, is there going to be a sequel to this film? People are so excited about it already. And of course he says, yes, there is. So goes on to say here, at a time when few distributors are making movies for the middle of the U.S., post Warner Brothers' 2014 mammoth American Sniper, which had a $350 million domestic opening. I think that was the Clint Eastwood film. Indie distributors like Angel Studios are picking up the slack. Sound of Freedom finaling at $184.1 million stateside. Young Washington played big in the Mountain, Midwest, South Central, and South regions, which drove 67% of the Pix weekend take, and that's without premium large format screens. So very, very impressive. On July 4th, Young Washington was number 2 at the domestic box office with $7.6 million, behind Minions and Monsters. Pretty cool. In the movie, William Franklin Miller plays the father of our country with Ben Kingsley, Andy Serkis, Mary Louise Parker, and Kelsey Grammer co-starring. Chris Pratt took to social media here. They talk about it here in the Deadline article and made a little video after seeing Young Washington, encouraged everybody to go out and see it. Said it was very impressive. The American Experiment is one of the great origin stories in history, and George Washington's journey through failure, perseverance, and sacrifice forged the leader who would help shape a nation, said Irwin, who is also the chief creative officer of the Pix production company Wonder Project. To share that journey with audiences alongside Angel as our nation marks its 250th anniversary has been one of the greatest honors of my career. My hope is that this is the beginning of many extraordinary American stories told through film. The Deadline article here does finish off by saying Colonial has popped off cannons before at the box office. Remember the 2000 Mel Gibson and Heath Ledger action pick, The Patriot from Roland Emmerich? That posted a 3-day of $22.4 million, and here Young Washington has 19.3. So, of course, The Patriot was from quite a while back, so you'd have to make adjustments for inflation, but still, a 3-day for a faith-based film from Angel Studios called Young Washington. That's pretty impressive. Helped, of course, that they debuted it over July 4th weekend. Hope this one has strong legs, though, and keeps going. I'm looking forward to seeing it here in about a week or so. If you've seen it, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Would love to hear your feedback. Otherwise, that's all I got for today, y'all. Go out, watch a great faith-based film, make it Young Washington. But remember, above all else, stay in God's Word. Blessings, y'all. See you next time.